There's nothing more comforting than seeing OBS saying your CPU usage is almost at 30%. Hello, friends. It's me. Hi. Hello. Hello, Yada. How we doing, friends? It's me. I'm alive. And we're cooking. Again. It's warm out, too, which is gonna make this all the more better.
What's that smell?
There we go.
You smell that? It smells like a fucking weeb.
Nah, it's gonna smell like fish. Very shortly. It's gonna smell strongly of fish. Large congratulations on first. Hello, baby. Hello, Raven. Hello, Candy. Hello, Yada. How y'all doing, friends? It's time. Love the fact that I don't have... Why don't you have a data plan right now? What's wrong with you? Well, what's wrong with your cell phone company? Let me rephrase that. But I hope everyone's doing well today. It's a later cooking stream for me. But, yeah. We're here. I had to do a lot of driving around fishes. Nope. Lars, are you saying no to this? Are you saying no to all of this? You know what the worst part is, too? I have to grind this. So, I don't have a grinder. I got a food processor. So we're gonna see how that works. The one thing that I regret not doing, I didn't ask them to take the skin off. So I'm gonna have to do that myself. But yes, we're making gefilte fish, and we are making bacon-covered chocolate. Now, the closest approximation I could figure out for bacon-covered chocolate was chocolate bark with bacon on it. That's the closest way I could figure it out. Poached or fried? Fish? Ooh, it depends on the fish. It depends on the fish. Generally, I like fried fish, but I do like a poached, like, sole, or... kind of like, I mean, granted, it's normally white fish that you poach, but I don't get paid till Wednesday, and my service provider has this ingenious way. Oh, lovely. We love that. I'm sorry, Yada. I am sorry, buddy. What about you, Raven? I also got a delicious rolling rock to drink along with this. So, yeah. And Raven, I didn't think to ask. I'm assuming you're talking about fish, because that does work for eggs as well. I thought you could poach or fry. You probably can. I mean, the reality of the way of cooking this, you are basically poaching it, but it's a fish ball. You're basically boiling it in stock. The way that the recipe that I have, but I think there's a couple of different ways to do gefilte fish too. So, I don't know. So that plan's going on for a whole month, and it's 4 weeks or 28 days, and no matter what I do, I can't schedule it. Oh, that's weird. And annoying. But, yeah, so the first thing we gotta... So, the one thing I will say that I had wanted to do was technically... So, apparently, proper gefilte fish, proper, is carp. It's carp or it's silver carp, which is apparently also called a cassif. Here's the thing. Carp is not a very common fish in the United States to eat. It's not to say you can't find it. It's just harder to find. Luckily for us, we live near an H-Mart, which, fun fact, we ran into Ichi at H-Mart yesterday. But, they had carp there. The carp was this big, and it was a whole thing. I'm like, well, I don't need that much of it. And I think the thing is, too, with the way the market works there, they won't sell you, like, a half fish. Like, you have to buy the whole fish. So it's like, okay. So I was kind of like, what can I use as, like, a substitute? And basically, it was like, you know, a mix of whitefish and pike will work. A whitefish would be fine as well. I just grabbed halibut, because halibut's close enough. Carp, DM, exactly. Alrighty, Yada, we'll see you in a few. Get home safe. But, yeah. Hello, Even. How you doing, buddy? The other thing is that, the recipe also calls for fish heads. Also, weirdly, not that common. Well, let me rephrase that. I think if you go to a place that specializes in seafood and that kind of stuff, probably not that much of an issue. You go to Stop and Shop, they stare at you like you have 3 heads. Like, why do you want fish heads? I'm like, have you heard of cooking with making stock? So... No. I knew I was going to do this one later in the day, even, because, Candy was going to record, and also, I'll be honest, I didn't feel like making gefilte fish at 10 in the morning. Honest truth. No, I found everything. Well, found everything that I needed. I found close enough comparable substitutions. So I went. So of course we went to H Mart. They had fish heads there. I forgot to buy them, so I had to go back and get me some delicious fish heads. And by fish heads, I mean singular, and it's cut in half. So probably want to make sure you weren't going to feed them to a gator. I mean, valid point. But yeah, that's what we're going to use for the actual stock that we cook this in. I actually might have to turn on a light in here. Actually, no, I got a better idea. There we go. But yeah. So friends, without further ado, let's get into this disgusting nonsense, shall we? All right. First and foremost, you need to get out of the way. Put you in there for now. Oh, yeah. Now, the first big thing we gotta do is get this, unskinned, deskinned. All right, still smells good. Good. I knew it was gonna be fine, but I was just slightly concerned. I'm like, eh. But yeah, this is our whole cut of halibut. Yes, I am. I am making gefilte fish. It is actually a thing. It's really traditional in like Jewish cooking specifically. All right, so first and foremost, we gotta get this skin off if we can, because it needs to be ground, and I don't necessarily want the skin, in it. All right, let's see. I actually probably could be doing this the other way. Hold on. There we go. And if I had a really good sharp knife, like this guy, let me see if this guy does a better job. This is going to be the problem, is getting the skin off, because it's very tight on it, and I don't really have a fish knife per se. All right, this is working. I'm gonna lose a little bit of the fish, but not so much that I'm gonna lose sleep over it, honestly. Get off. Let's get that off. But yes, this is specific. I apparently, it's been so long since I've seen Rush Hour, I didn't know this was a thing that Chris Tucker noted that he really liked in Rush Hour. So yeah, that was the gift that was here at the beginning of the stream, was Chris Tucker talking about how much he loves gefilte fish. And can I get you just under? Yes, I can. Like, I just need to get like a point that I can grab at. Yeah, if I had like a really good like knife for like, ooh, that's taking off too much. Problem is with fish skin too, it's stupidly hard to like cut. I mean, I get why. It's meant to like hold everything in the fishy together. That doesn't make it any less of a pain in the ass. All right, got another spot to like cut from here. Ooh, okay. I found a little seam on the side. There we go. There we go. It probably would have been so much easier to have them do it there for me. But generally, for the most part, with halibut, you cook a skin on it. But here's the neat part, friends. We're not pan cooking this. We're not grilling this. We are about to throw this into a blender. Shinji. This is halibut, Shinji. Also, welcome back. How you been? This is halibut, but we are grinding it, but I want to get the skin off of it first. And I don't have a very good knife. Well, this knife is a decent knife. It's not a fish knife is the problem. So I don't have like one of those really nice like flexible knives that can kind of like get under the skin. Let's see. Yeah, it's generally because I would say, Shinji, you generally see it the other side. And normally, like, as far as like fish goes, I like skin on the fish. I think it's delicious, and it's also a very good source of omega-3 fatty acids. However, I do not want it in the gefilte fish I'm about to make. Honest truth. I took a little bit more off than I wanted, but not the end of the world. If you are one, there we go. But I hope everyone's been having a nice weekend for themselves. Relaxing, chillaxing. I did nothing today so far. It's been glorious. And you know what the worst part is? I'm like, here's me in my back of my head being like, I should get a fish knife. It's like, King, you don't need a fish knife. For how often you cook fish and need a knife that can actually cut fish skin off, you don't need it. Okay. That should be everything. Nice thing is, I will say though, it is already deboned. Thank God. Because that would have been an absolute nightmare had that not been deboned already. Hello, Grammy. It's the fish. Hello, Sean. Welcome in. Oh, let's get hands washed, because, I mean, granted, I'm going to be cutting more of the fish up, but, you know. Alright, it feels like we're hunky-dory on this end. Let's actually do a slit right there.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hi, Yoshi. How we doing? Yeah, no, this is... Yep, this is deboned. Good. I was slightly concerned, but nope, they deboned it very, very well. Perfect. Arguing with people on threads. That sounds fun. Alright. Let's get these guys into some smaller pieces, because I'm gonna need to throw these bit by bit into the food processor. Look at that lizard. Lizard, 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 lizard. And the best part is, too, I did actually just sharpen my knife before this. So everything else it cuts fine. Just fish skin, not so much. Could be profusely washing my hands this whole time. Alright. Now comes the fun part, friends. Now is the part where we liquefy this fish. I am not looking forward to this bit right now. Alright. So, let's get a lid off of there. Let's flippy flop our view over here. Ta-da! I think someday I need to commission a bunch of emotes from someone. That's fair. I know people that will have emotes. Even if they don't stream, they just like having them. Alright, let's get... Actually, no, let's... No, actually, no, the blade needs to be in there, first and foremost. Fish. This is gonna make quite the scene. Also, friends, for the record, I did buy a new food processor. I do not have to jam a knife down the side of it anymore. Welcome home, Yada. We're about to puree a fish. So, now you can say you've seen that in your life. Alright, let's actually, what I do want to do really quickly, I want to wipe off the cutting board really quickly. Only because I'm going to give it a better wash later. But for now, I just need to get it cleaned off for now. But now this is just a good cursory one. Gordon Ramsay's likely going to roll in their bed with it. Oh yeah, I know. I don't care. Listen, that man could be a pompous asswipe all he wants. I'm going to enjoy cooking and entertaining people. And I don't give a fuck if I'm a bad cook. I think I'm a fine cook. Do I take some liberties with things? Absolutely! But friends, what is cooking but an art to have fun with? Just gonna throw that out there. You're gonna get a better wash later on, but I just want to get the main remnants of the fish off of it for now. All right, friends. This is gonna be disgusting. For the record, let's get you plugged in, and well, here goes nothing. Oh no! It's about Juneteenth and Sugar. Listen, Juneteenth needs to be observed. It needs to be observed. Ugh. And for anyone curious, yum. It's goo. God. No, no, no. All right, we need to get that out, and I need to store it in a. I need to just throw it in a bowl for right now because it really is fish puree, and I am not loving it. No, no, no. Nah, if this was like salmon, I would try it. If this was salmon, I'd try it. But, alright, let's get my spatula. Jesus, I almost knock over my entire thing that holds all my tools. Alright, let's get that in there. I just need it out of the way because I do need to use this food processor for something else. Alrighty. Let's get all the fishy wishy goodness out of there. And boom. Alright. Now put a little saran wrap over the top. And this is just going to go in the fridge for a few because I also need to puree a few onions and a few carrots, because basically gefilte fish is basically just a fish ball, but we need to make sure that basically everything is kind of just pureed in it from the get-go. Let's see, Yada. Let's see. Show us something good. 16 is respectable. A 16 is respectable. Good work. Good work. We love to see it. Ah. Jesus. It is. I will say the texture is kind of gross on the blade. Let me just wash out our food processor really quickly, because we're going to need it for an onion and a carrot. 6 isn't terrible. 6 isn't terrible. That's going to be my D&D session. I'm going to be fighting some random 6-year-old. Listen, as somebody whose D&D campaign is currently dealing with a mother, and well, actually not anymore. There was a mother and a child who was in the caravan we were on. And let me just say, I don't dislike kids. My character isn't a fan of kids. So yeah, take that as you will. Friends, next Hook and Stream will be on July 5th, and it will be birria tacos. Should be probably a lot more appetizing than this. Just gonna throw it out there. Alrighty, grind the carrots and onions. How many onions am I throwing in here? 2 medium onions peeled. Yeah, you're fine. What I am gonna do though is I'm actually just gonna throw a cutting board on top of this, just because why not? Our party is comprised of all the short characters. I'm the tallest by 3 feet. So our party is currently a smear, a half elf, a kenku. I am the kenku, and a halfling. So we're a short party. Well, kind of short party. I don't want to say everyone's short. Most of us are short. What do you mean pureed fish paste isn't appetizing? I know, right? Who'd have thought? Looks like it's gonna rain. It looks like it's gonna rain. Let's get the top this onion off. Because the nice thing is with this is we can just throw the onion in there basically whole, which is kind of nice. Just get the sides of it, like the layer off of it. Okay. And yes. Well, Yada, I hope you have your cell phone, your data service back on your phone soon, because that does sound very frustrating. And just very inflexible on the company's end. Like, y'all, do y'all want to get paid? Because we can just make this that I don't get paid. You don't get paid. Like, that is a distinct option. So, let's actually do that just for a little bit more ease in chopping those guys up. How many carrots do I need? 2 to 3 carrots peeled. Oh my goodness. Has plenty of uses. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Carrot. That's a long carrot, Jesus. You know, I got these carrots thinking that they were smaller. They are not. Let's throw this back in here. Let's start choking on our own spit. We can do that at first. I'm just gonna really quickly peel these into the sink, because the one thing I will say is that peeling them right into the sink makes a hell of a lot easier. Unless, weirdly, your peeler is like gliding on along these guys like there's no tomorrow. There we go. Oh, yeah. 1 carrot. No, some companies are just kind of very rigid about their billing stuff, and it kind of doesn't make any sense, because it's like you almost stand to lose more consumers by having more stringent billing practices. One thing is, I did finish Lego Batman yesterday, so that was fun. So that game is done, and I probably will, if not tonight, tomorrow morning, start the 007 game, because I borrowed Mr. Clamps' copy. My first reference to Gordon for an episode of MasterChef where someone dedicated puree smell for reading. I think that this thing is purees have their reasons and their purposes. Fish puree can have a reason. I don't know if there's a good one, but it has its reasons. Let's get these guys cleared, and let's just chop the end of that. And let's just put these guys into some slightly smaller pieces for the sake of chopping. In the food processor you go. Where did my time go? And we need... See, it weirdly says to blend all of these stuff together, which I guess we can do. It just is not the way I would have gone about doing it. I think it's more the point. All right, and last thing we got to do is we got to add, totally related to is I'll probably spend the next few days cleaning, taking down my entire setup to move into my... Oh, you moving? Nice. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I shouldn't assume it's a good thing. 2 of the eggs. Okay. All right. 1 eggy and 2 eggy. All right, let's see what vile mixture this makes. And put that in there, and would have been great if I put the blade in first. God damn it. King, you're a special boy sometimes. God damn it. Like, why isn't it cutting anything? Oh, because there's literally nothing in there. Hi, Paige. I missed that. I thought that was gefilte bishop bacon. Oh, no. Paige, how you doing? Welcome in. How was your Saturday going? I hope it's going good. I'm not moving. We've been going there for... Oh, I gotcha. It is wild that this thing doesn't get picked up. Going great, hell yeah. It might have been a little too much, but whatever. Okay. Let's get you out of there. Yum. Delicious. Man, I will say, the visual appeal of Gefilte fish leaves me wanting. I'm gonna say it right now, before we even get into the nitty-gritty about this. Might have to restart my laptop. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright, let's clean the bowl out. And let's see. Put remaining ingredients into a large bowl, add the blended mixture into it. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna put this in there. Ooh, that is a... Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. And delicious. This is leaving me wanting for so very much more. All right. Now what we gotta do is it needs a couple of more eggs. It needs 3 more eggs, sugar, salt, and pepper. Now, why sugar? I don't know. 1, 2. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I think that egg definitely broke and re-solidified into the container it's in. So we're not using that one. You ever have that happen where, like, the egg just, like, kind of, like, cracks slightly and then fuses to the cardboard of the egg container? Yeah, me too. It's lovely. Alright. And a 1. And a 2. And the 3. Definitely broke more yolk on the ground than I meant to. Here's my hand towel. Just grab that. Maybe... Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Half a cup of sugar. Yummy! You know, the concept of throwing sugar in this is really what's throwing me off. Friends, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let's see, 3 teaspoons of salt. 1, 2. Probably a little bit more than we needed, but whatever. It's also hard to gauge. I mean, listen, or you could be like me and have a triple monitor. And let's get some pepper in there. Okay, now comes the annoying part. And definitely one of those moments where I kind of wish... Lovely. Well, Candy, we gotta buy you new tomatoes. Because for some reason the container of tomatoes just fell off the fridge. Lovely. Yeah. No, we didn't lose all of them, but we did lose some of them. Alright. Now comes the fun part. Now comes this fun part where it says to blend it for 15 minutes, which seems excessive. Well, it says 15 minutes or until mixed well, and has a thick consistency. Okay. I can do that. I can definitely do it. Just, does anybody want it? It's more the point. Does this actually reach? Just barely, but it does. Let's unplug the fan for now, because I had the fan going to kind of cut down on some of the heat in this place. Alright. Literally. Yada, that was my thoughts too. I'm like, why am I doing this for so... Yeah, it's literally... Beat this together for 15 minutes on medium speed until it is well mixed and has a thick consistency. I almost wonder if they're thinking you didn't do that good of a job of doing things, but... birthday, Lovey. It's the most vile cake mixture you've ever seen. That's basically, I feel like, what we're making. Ooh, you making carrot cake? Yeah! That's exactly what we're making. Like, it doesn't smell bad. It smells just kind of like fish and onions, honestly. So, I'll say, I'm like, it smells good. But I'm a man of simple tastes. Yeah, I do almost wonder, though, if it says to beat it for so long, because I almost wonder if they are kind of looking for you to get it to somewhat of a meringue-ish consistency. But the funny thing is, then I'm tossing it in the fridge afterwards, which says, like, cover for an hour. I'm like, nah, we're not going to wait that long. I might speed up that process and throw it in the freezer, to be honest. I will say I'm not loving the occasional, flex stuff coming out of there. Onto me, specifically. Yeah, I know. I know. It's the batter that nobody wants to lick. God. I want to get some of that off. Please. Please. It's the worst part is I could tell it's just kind of like fish. I would not call it a dumpling page. I call it more like my closest comparison to it, I think, honestly, is literally like a fish cake, like you would get in like Asian cooking. Honest truth. Like if you've ever had like Korean fish cakes or something like that, that's what I would compare it to. Because that's what it is to me. Because I'm taking it and I'm basically boiling it. I'm like, okay, so it's basically just, a fish cake. Yeah, I don't know. Again, the concept of calling it a dumpling is an interesting choice. It's not wildly inaccurate, it's just kind of inaccurate. Alright, let's get this covered. Oh my god. I hate saran wraps so fucking much. It's like the one thing I hate using in the kitchen because it always just manages to stick to itself, and then it's just like, I just like throw it on there so haphazardly because I'm sick of dealing with it and it getting stuck to itself. I have not. And I believe I will be the only one tasting it because this is shocking to not up Candy's alley. Who would have thought that pureed boiled fish balls are not a candy food? Candy be here like, yeah. I don't see the confusion around this scenario. I'm just making some room in the freezer because we are gonna flash chill these balls. Please don't fall out. Goddamn. Come on. Maybe just sit on top of it. There you go. Alright. I mean, honest truth, that's why I do a lot of my cooking streams. It's just to say that I've had it. Only because it's like, not for nothing, I don't really know. like, don't get me wrong, we live in an area where it is there's a lot of, like, people who, like, practice Judaism, who identifies Jewish, and it's not that I couldn't find somebody who makes it, it's just, like, the effort of going to find somebody that does so is more effort than I'm willing to put in. Because even, like, I know, Bionic's, husband is, Jewish, and he doesn't practice, so it's like, yeah, he's had some of this food, but he's like, I wouldn't eat it. But can you imagine Eos eating this? Because I can't, and I'm sure Candy will attest to that also. Alrighty. Ugh. Just gonna clean. Saving is boring. I know, right? How dare. Definitely jam my finger into my cactus that's on the side of the sink right now. I love doing that. Cactus is like, I'm just reminding you I'm here. Can't confirm, I do not think he would. Yeah. Let's clean up a little bit. It's summer break. I want to spend my money. I mean, that's fair. We see Yada and his villain arc of just spending money. I don't know why I'm calling it a villain arc. Spend your money the way it's your money. Use it when you want to. Call JG Wentworth. 877 catch now. The cactus comes to life and undate everything. Oh, I know. I know. Some of these hunks of fish, like, fused around the freaking blender pieces. Let's clean some of this up. Just so that way I'm not cleaning as much later tonight. Because that's the one thing about doing a later cooking stream, is that, it's not going to be late when I'm done. It's going to be later when I'm done. Actually, you know what I should do? I should preheat the oven. Alrighty. Because now, we're going to start doing some of the prep work of the bacon covered chocolate. The cactus cake might be the fire low-key. Like, do you mean like a nopales cake? Because I've actually never had nopales. I've had nopales to, like, make as, like a bucket list cooking dish. It is not going to be impossible to find cactus in our area. It is going to be harder to find cactus, though, I know. Yeah, nopales, yeah. I have heard it's very good. I also don't know anyone who's had it. I actually... I feel like if there's one person I know who's had it, it's probably Swifty in our Discord, because Swifty is from Southern California, so he's probably had it, if I were to guess. The man does love to talk smack about our abysmal attempts at fish tacos in the Northeast, which he's not wrong about necessarily. Oof. Can you do me a favor? Can you give me the tweezers in the medicine cabinet? Because I have a cactus thorn under my fingernail, and it does not feel great. I just want to try to get this thing out. Have I tried this fruit before? What? It did. Honestly, without fail, I always manage to hurt myself with my own cacti. A mango... I've heard of a mangosteen. I have not tried it, but I have heard of it. I know. I say I ended up driving this thing in further. That might be a later king problem to deal with. Honestly. I'm just here trying... I know you are. I know you are. What's it like, even? If you were to, like, approximate it, what is it like? Should be light in here, because it is a little dark in here right now. And I know there very well it might be one of those fruit where there really isn't, like, a comparable fruit to it. Like, I know that's definitely a thing when you try to say, like what does a, like, you know... lychee tastes like, or like dragon fruits, or just like, yeah, there's not a whole lot that it tastes like, it just kind of is what it is. clean you up. Just leave you on the side for now, just to let you air dry. Yeah, I had completely forgotten before I started the stream that I'm like, oh yeah, I bought a new food processor after all my complaining about my broken one. Because for those who don't know, I used to have to use my old food processor by jamming a knife into the side of it to actually activate the safety mechanism on it, because I dropped it at one point and broke it. And it didn't break, it broke enough to not work. Peach and lychee, strawberry, vanilla ice cream, and a hint of citrus. It's called the Queen of Fruits. I mean, all those flavors you just dropped, I do mess with, so I might have to see if I can find one next time I go to the stores. But, like, not like the normal grocery store I go to, because even some of their more, like, exotic fruit normally looks like it's been sitting there for a while. I hate to say it, it gets, like, relegated to the section where it's just, like, here's, like, the people who, like, use the exotic fruits of cooking from, like, Central and South America. I'm like, that's kind of offensive, but not inaccurate. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, now, friends, what we need to do is make some bacon. And by make some bacon, I mean we gotta get a whole lot of bacon. That's the only way I can figure out how to do this. Alright, so where did our pan go? Shit. Oh my god. I forgot I left you in there, buddy boy. How hot are you? Kinda hot. Forgot that I left that in there. My bad! Let's, can I just drop a little water on you? See, it's hot, but it's not, like, scalding hot, so I think it hasn't been in there long enough to really pick up that much heat. It's the kind of broken where... Oh, yeah. No. That is literally what it was. It's like, it worked, but it also, from a safety standpoint, wasn't a good idea to be jamming a knife into it to make it work. You know. I don't pride myself on a lot of things. I do pride myself on, trying not to injure myself if I can help it. Alrighty. Bacon. 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 Smithfield bacon. Delicious, delicious bacon. Shallow baking dish. I think for sake of cleanup, we're actually gonna throw down a layer of, tinfoil under this. So I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be a mess when I get it out of there, but if it can be slightly mitigated by just kind of being like, I can just let it harden up and I can throw it out later, I'd rather do that, honestly. Even though I know it's gonna technically probably go under, that's fine. Alright. Yeah. Can I get the bacon covered chocolate but without the bacon? Of course you can. I mean, technically, we're not making chocolate from scratch. We're literally going to be melting down Ghirardelli, like semi-sweet, and kind of making a barg out of it from there. Only because, friends, I am not making chocolate from scratch. That's too much. Let's get you. Ooh. Oh my god, fucking love me some bacon. So I will say though, sometimes I hate taking bacon off of the actual, like, rasher that it's on though, because they can, like, especially if you don't get thick cut, it kind of tends to, like, fall apart the moment you start separating the pieces of bacon. I think we actually might have to double tray this too, because I think because I'm gonna have to cook all of this, because reality is we're crumbling all of this. So let's get you. Oh my god, this is a thin ass piece. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? That one's like paper thin. Are you kidding me? You know what, funny enough, actually, Candy is also not big on bacon either. She does not... not that she won't eat it, she just doesn't love it. I'll even say not for nothing. I was not one of those people in the trend of, like, bacon on everything. Because, honest, here's a not a hot take. Bacon doesn't belong on everything. It really doesn't. Like, there's even some... I've even had some burgers where I'm like, the bacon almost makes this burger worse. I knew there'd be one person in the chat. I knew there'd be one person in the chat. I actually not really. I prefer sausage to bacon, truth be told. Yes, you can take that out of context if you want, but I do actually prefer. I think the flavor's better. Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. It's greasy, it's heavy. I get it. Trust me, you will hear no You'll hear no arguing from me. I'm almost positive that's mayonnaise lewd, but I can't see it. But I'm pretty sure that it is. Chinatown Ice Cream Factory had a bacon ice cream that I wanted. So, the one thing I will say, we have an ice cream place near us, and they do a breakfast ice cream, which is pretty goddamn good. It is French toast flavored with little flecks of bacon in it. That is very good. You know what the funny thing is? It's not the first time I've been quoted saying I love sausage. I actually am pretty sure Grum quoted me saying I love a sausage on like a Pokemon stream eons ago, and that's the whole clip, is me just saying I love a sausage. So yeah, lore. Hi Jesse, how you doing? Jesse, how are you doing today? How is Senorita Jesse? I almost said Senora, I'm like, you're not a Senora yet. Almost a Senora. I'm glad you're doing good. We're here, getting some bacon together for bacon covered chocolate. See how badly I fucked this up, but it's fine. I think, can we get all these on one? I think we can. Perfect. There we go. Oh, let's throw you in there. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you're doing it. Oh. I think I got the thorn in far enough that it's not going to bother me anymore. Is it under my skin now? Yes, it is. Is it going to be just kind of there? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Where are we at right now? You need a little bit longer in there. But one thing we will do, let's get you over here. Let's put you away, is I want to actually start getting our stock together for the gefilte fish. The most precarious balancing known to mankind. I'll work on it. It'll work itself out, probably. Listen, things always work itself out. That's the neat thing about life. If it doesn't work itself out, it eventually will, whether you want it to or not. That's gonna get a good clean later. Okay. Alright. Now. Until it doesn't. Exactly, until it doesn't. Now. Fill the wash about halfway with water. Yeah, we can do it. Fuck it. Now, can I actually put this in a way? Yes, I can. Perfect. Let's get some water boiling. Let's get our giant fish head in there. You know, the usual. Funny enough, it did actually say 2 to 3 fish bones or fish heads optional. But come on, where's the fun in that? I mean, listen. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Oh, okay. Alright. I think it needs a little bit more water, actually. Jesse, how's your weekend going? I hope it's going well. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Oh, alright. Now, let's see. Add the ingredients for the broth. Now, what goes into that broth, you might ask? 1 carrot, 1 onion. It's actually the first time I've actually bought a bunch of onions, and I've used all of them. No, I did chop up. Wait, did I chop up all those onions? I didn't. I actually forgot to put some onions in the gefilte fish. Oh well, whatever. Too late now. Too late now. I am not getting it out and trying to reincorporate it. The news: man grows cactus from under fingernail and gets penetrated by cactus. Yeah, I know, right? Had my last fitting appointment yesterday. Ooh, let's go. Now wait for my ortho. Wait. Ooh, fun? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And by ortho, orthodontist? Orthopedist? Only because I know there's a couple of orthos that exist. Oh, you want braces. Gotcha. I had braces for a very long time as a child. I had braces from when I was about 8 until I was in my teens. I had very messy teeth when I was a kid. Yeah, I had a big old gap in my front teeth, and then a lot of my other teeth coming in very crowded and all off kilter when they started coming in. So yeah, good times. You know what we're gonna do to counteract this? We're just gotta have some wisdom. Ooh, fun. I had my wisdom teeth removed when I was in high school. Which is wild to me that I hear all these people that are like, oh, I got my wisdom teeth out when I was in my 20s or 30s. I'm like, how? Like, I was 17 and they're like, yeah, they need to come out now. I'm like, okay. But also mine were going to be impacting very badly when they came in too. So they needed to take them out before it became an issue. Let's actually just cut that little nubbin off right there. Yeah, no. Mine were basically kind of growing in, like, sideways. So, that's fun. But listen, not everyone's mouth can accommodate them. It's fine. I think honestly, in all the people I knew who had, like in high school, I think I only knew one person whose wisdom teeth did not have to get taken out. It's a guy who was on the wrestling team with in high school. And literally his mom and my mom were friends, and she's like, oh yeah, it's like he's teething again. Like I have to give him like, you know, frozen washcloths to chew on. Oh, see, they did mine in one fell swoop, which I'm fine with, actually. Listen, sometimes you don't want balls in your mouth. Have I said anything wrong? I'm so late with the dentist days. Oh yeah, no, dentistry is stupidly comically expensive. Peeled and halved. Let me get another carrot into that pot as well. A lot of food. I mean, listen, I do talk about food a lot. It stands to reason. Let's get one more carrot. Yeah, dentistry is just wild. And even like the one that I get like my dentist insurance coverage through work, it's still not great. It covers what I need, but if anything bad happens, I'm fucked. But I mean, that goes for a lot of things in the United States with medical related stuff. Luxury bones. That's the wild thing with some dentistry stuff. It's like, it's cheaper to just rip, it's like, oh, you need to do this. So it's like, just rip my tooth out. I don't care. Like, I'd rather you just rip the tooth out. Thank God that burner's not on yet, because that would have been a problem. And let's just peel this really quickly. Yeah, no, they did all my wisdom teeth at one time. It's also the only time in my life that I ever took a painkiller, like a prescription painkiller for the pain. It made me feel so awful, I said I'd rather just deal with the pain. I was at 16. So yeah, good times. Yeah, it was bad. They gave me, I don't remember if it was Vicodin or something, but all I know is it made me feel so awful that I'm like, I'd rather just feel like shit. I'd rather deal with the pain than have to feel like that. Like, just feeling like I'm constantly floating, but I'm not. I'm like, tell me a way to make someone throw up immediately. Alright. Are we at 375 yet? No, we are not. Alright, now comes the fun part. The fish heads. Oh boy. This is, delicioso looking. Doesn't smell that bad, at least. Got to go under the sea. Downwards better, downwards better, under the sea. If you ever wondered what the other side of a fish head looks like. I'm fine. I don't mind. I like don't mind fucking around with like animal parts. The only one that ever got me was a when I cooked rabbit one time because it does feel like cutting apart a cat. Honestly, it's same size, same body type. I'm like, ugh, this doesn't feel great. I tune in to see King branching a fish head and eat. Listen, Lynn, it's how we roll here. This boy's just losing his jowls. Hi, Lynn. It's me. Have you been good today? I should go take another nap. No, don't go take another nap. Just stay here with us. How's the other side of this guy looking? He's this one's looking a little bit more structured. Oh, for some reason I thought they had something over his eyeball. I'm like, did they put stuff over the top of his eyeball? Like, they didn't, thank God. Okay. Now, let's just rinse off the hands. I just gotta get some sugar and salt into that pot, which again is vile that it calls for sugar. I don't know why it calls for sugar. That's just gross to me. Alright. I do think... Let's get this off of there. And let's see, our sugar. 3/4 of a cup. 1, 2, 3. The fact that I'm using sugar is what's confusing me. It really is. But again, because I've not had gefilte fish, I'm like, is it meant to be more Swedish? Like sweet-like? Not Swedish like hurgy, but like Swedish. Another fun thing about this is that then I seen the money you save for long. Yeah, it does, technically. But it's one of those things I'm like, I don't think it really needs it. But I don't know, because I also don't want the fish head just totally breaking down in there either is the problem. I don't want to spill too much salt in there. There we go. Ah, whatever, a little bit more is not going to be awful. Okay. Yeah, that could be a good, that might be an idea. All right. Let's set this bad boy to boil. Alrighty, and yeah, you're at 375. Alright. Bacon in. Bacon in. And bacon in. Alright, and that needs to go for 12 to 17 minutes, so we're gonna do 15. So that's 419. Bam. Perfect. Nope. Save. On. Perfect. Alright. Now. Yeah, I wish there was an explanation of, like, why am I putting sugar in this? A lot of sugar, in fact. Like, almost a concerning amount of sugar. I don't know. We're gonna find out. All I know is that that's the deal. We're gonna find out, friends. We're gonna find out why am I sugaring everything that's going into this dish. Okay, let's do that. I just want to clean up in here a little bit again. I'm not confident in that. Listen. 9's not terrible. A 9's not terrible. A 9, depending, just might get you to that close, like, you know, easy, but it's not, you know, insane check. Ooh, you just Google. All right, Paige, lay some knowledge on me. What does Google say? It's the reason why I'm sugaring this water like I'm Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black. water, and sugar. It says the bones can be a bitter taste of the sugar. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I learned something new today. I learned something new. Actually, no, you need to get, because I think I used you on the actual fish. Let's get you cleaned off. Wouldn't acid do the same thing as well? I guess it would, but I actually almost makes me wonder why you wouldn't use acid instead, because the way that they recommend you serve gefilte fish is with, what was it? It's crème, which is basically like, it's like fermented beets, I think, if I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but, you basically serve it with like a little bit of like fermented like beets. I'm not the cook. The most advanced thing I can cook is eggs. Listen, eggs can take some advanced cooking, depending on what you're making. Maybe you're making a nice souffle. Souffle has eggs in it, right? I don't know if it does. I spent too much of my time. I mean, listen, so do I. Trust me, you have no idea that most of my Reddit saved posts and Instagram and TikTok is basically just cooking stuff. Recipes, how-tos, reference points if you're doing certain cooking styles. Not cooking, but I think I'm trying to make a Butterfinger. Ooh, nice. Now, are you just going to use like Butterfinger like the candy bar from the store, or are you going to like try to do that from scratch too? Also, I've never made a cheesecake. I think I've said that before, but I've actually never cooked cheesecake in my life. And again, I'll say it, I don't believe Candy doesn't dislike cheesecake. I just know she's not like a, oh my god, I love it kind of thing. So it's like, I'm not going to make a whole cheesecake just for myself kind of thing. I could be, you know what it is? She likes the cheesecake from like Cheesecake Factory. I should rephrase that. If it's like an Oreo cheesecake or like a red velvet cheesecake, but like just like a straight up New York, I feel like it may not be as much of the jam. Exactly. Ooh, it's nice that we're having basically a spotless kitchen. Yeah, that's the thing. It's very rich, and it's also the amount in which you'd have to eat to make sure it doesn't go bad is just like, I'm not eating that much cheesecake. I'm just not. Oh yeah, that's fair. Glenn, if you ever want to make the drive up to New York, could put it in the freezer. That's true. Could do that. All right. Now, that is going. As I step all over the cords. How is our in here? Because I don't want to necessarily just like freeze it, but I do want to get it cold at least. Okay, it's not frozen yet. I got the Costco cheesesteak and put it in the freezer. That's not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea. I tend not to buy too much like perishable stuff at Costco just because we don't go through it fast enough. So like when I go to Costco, it's like dry goods, things that are a lot more shelf stable, things like that. Coffee, creamer I'll get just because, again, because I work from home, it's like I make coffee at home, so like I will go through the creamer fast enough to warrant it. But still, I feel like it's got really dark in here. Yeah, because the weather doesn't know what it wants to do outside. It keeps flip-flopping between like cloudy and dark and like sunny. So all right, and now friends, we play the waiting game on the bacon and also our, you know, maple cream cheese, our delicious fish head nonsense. It's a look. Alright. Now, the thing with the bacon, I actually don't know why, actually. I realized I'm not going to be cooking both of them at the same time, so I actually can shuffle this pot over. Because the bacon's got to chill off anyway. Let's do that. No, actually, weirdly, this is literally just the stock you cook it in. Like, you actually don't use any of this. This is basically just stock. But one of my friend's wives is allergic to most maple syrup. Oh, gotcha. I mean, because I think they make imitation maple extract, don't they? Yeah, no. This is going to be basically, we're just cooking the gefilte fish in this. We're not actually using the fish head for anything. Not that here's the thing. If I had more adventurous plans with cooking, maybe. But, like, you know, we're not. But, yeah. Bacon should be done in a few minutes. Actually, put you away also. But it's roasty toasty in this kitchen already. Thank God the AC is on in the bedroom, because your boy's already pretty warm. I mean, I'm always pretty warm, but it's toasty right now. Are you expired? Are you still good? You are expired, technically. What are you? Before I throw you out. Coconuts. Still smells okay. I have actually had fish eyes. They're gross. The consistency is disgusting to me. I am normally not turned off by most foods. The consistency on fish eyes is one of the ones that's definitely made me take pause before. So yeah, we don't eat fish eyes. Yeah, it's because it's kind of gelatinous, but it's also got hard consistency to it as well, which is disgusting. It's like if you like bite into something that you don't expect to have a pit, that's an eyeball. Yeah, I'm gonna make this caramel apple cheesecake. Ooh, that'd be good. Hear me out. Chili lime cheesecake. I feel like that could work. I don't know why. I feel like that could work. Because think about it, there is key lime cheesecake I've heard of. Why not chili lime cheesecake? Oh, speaking of crickets. Speaking of our delicious boyos. I think we like key lime. It probably would. Some delicious crickets for Yoshi. Some type of chocolate chip, that would be good. That would be good. Definitely like the Mexican style chocolate. I actually have a recipe for what is it? It's not really the same, but a recipe for what is the chocolate chicken in Mexican cooking? Because I'm having a brain fart right now. But that I don't know why I'm having a stroke trying to remember. Malt, thank you. I'm like, I keep wanting to say pasado. I'm like, that's not what it is, King. It's not even close to what it is. Alright, one thing we do need to do is I want to make some room because I need to put out some not necessarily like dry, but I need to get like little racks underneath the bacon so they can kind of air out and dry. So let's do that really quickly. Yeah, I do have a mole chicken recipe that I've been having, that I've had in my saved Reddit post for quite some time. That's where I said, where most of my cooking shit is. I also need to, sadly, repair my little toad because He lost his spatula because I left him on top of the oven when I turned it on to preheat. So his spatula melted off. And I'm very sad about it. So I have to fix him at some point. I guess this is what happens when you throw a piece of plastic on top of your oven and then heat it to 450 degrees. And let's put you there. So we gotta get to a boil. I'm almost tempted to just cover it and let it. Yeah, why don't you just cover and boil for now? Okay. And cooling racks down. I know it's gonna make a mess later. I generally don't like any rate. You know, I actually, weirdly enough, Lynn, I know some of the cooking subreddits used to be really good about it. They would be like, if you don't include the recipe, we will remove your post. So generally, people are pretty good about it on there. That being said, though, some of the ones that they're on like TikTok, yeah, they're not nearly as good about it. And you kind of have to just like ballpark what they're doing. But it is what it is. Bacon will be good in 3 minutes. But yeah. No, I've got some more cooking things I want to do. Even not for nothing, some things I might just do just to say that I've done. Like, even like, not even like cooking bucket list things, but just things to try making. I know that like the one thing that is really cool is like the food and drink creators club. People are very good about like creating their own self-imposed challenges. Like there's one person who will do like this is the ingredient I have. It's basically like the Iron Chef challenge, where like this is the ingredient I have to incorporate into every dish that I'm making, essentially. I do think that there is an element of kind of making it a little bit easier for yourself by getting something where you like, you know, you can do something with it. But you know, obviously it's different when it's a surprise ingredient. Or there was one that somebody did recently where it was I want to take these fast food dishes and make them healthy. Which again, creative challenge, I don't fault them for it. I wouldn't do it, but I also just like fast food, so. Woo. I'm glad I have the exhaust going on this fan right now, because my god, it is roasty toasty warm in here. How you looking? That is Scum City on top. Yeah, so we have the birria tacos on July 5th. Then, I don't know what I'm going to do afterwards. I'm going to do the hardest food challenge in the world, finding a spice that isn't salt and pepper for white people food. Specifically like an American dish yada? I know. Because that's the thing, is like there's plenty of dishes that people cook in America that have other things, but they're not American dishes at the end of the day. That's the thing. I'm trying to think of like things that people use. Alright, let's get the bacon out. Let's get our bacon out. How are we looking? It's like I get blasted in the face by steam. You guys could actually go for just a hair longer, I think. We'll give it another minute or so on those guys. Because reality is, this needs to be, like, crispy. So, I want to give it, like, another minute or so. No, the tough thing is, I think I've said this before on stream, that a lot of the things I want to cook on stream are just dishes that take a very long time to make. I mean, when I say long, I mean, like, 8 hours long, where like I'm basically cooking and then I'm walking away for like 7 hours while it cooks. Which, I mean, in theory, what you could do is you could do like a multi-part stream on it, but then it's kind of annoying to be like, well, then my kitchen's still in disarray because I'm not done with it technically. Or, I mean, not for nothing, we have a smaller kitchen. Do you remember the Disney movie that was Eddie's $1 Million That was first and foremost, Paige, what is Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off? Because I've never heard of that. You gotta start there for me. I got no clue what that is. Where he was late to the cook-off and made chocolate drizzle with chocolate, and he won. I don't know. Oh, it's a Disney Channel original. I was really confused. I'm like, I have never heard of that. I also did not really watch the Disney Channel growing up as a kid. I don't know. It's nothing against it. It's just like, it's just not something like we watch Nickelodeon Cartoon Network in our house. We didn't really watch Disney. My sister watched a little bit of Disney, but by the time she was the one that was more watching like the TV stuff. It was like I was in high school at that point, so it's just like kind of why bother. Can you? Wasn't Bobby Flay? Bobby Flay would be in it. And the name of it was Eddie's Midget. He made chicken covered in chocolate. It reminds me of the line from Futurama where Bender was on Iron Chef, and he's like, "If it's chicken, chicken a la king. If it's fish, fish a la king. If it's steak, fish a la king." It was just some stupid statement where like it makes no sense, but it's just kind of funny. Let's see. It's been an extra 2 minutes. We can probably take these out. I wanted to give it like the full 17. Yeah, there we go. Because I need to be able to crumble this. And you still could actually stand to cook a little bit longer looking at you now. You not hitting 3 No, you're practically at 400 in here. What's the dealio? Because it almost needs... I don't want it to be burned necessarily, but it almost kind of feels like it needs to be a little bit burned. Oh. Yeah, I think the other thing too is like as we trudge into the summer months, there'll definitely be some cooking streams, so they'll definitely be earlier in the day, and it might be more not as cooking based dishes. Well, not like not cooking, but more like in the sense of like I'm not booting up the oven for 3 hours essentially, so I'm not dying in here. Wait till you realize it's a little warm in here right now. Friends, I want you to know, Candy is doing what she promised. She is grinding on Midnight Suns. She's doing the grinding. She's doing the things to prepare for tomorrow. She's being a good streamer. She's not doing what King does and just completely ignoring what he plays on stream when he's not streaming it. You know what? I think bacon's gonna come out. I'm hoping it just seizes up just enough. Okay, I think we just hit the magic point. Okay. I think we're good. Alright. Come here, buddy boy. I'm trying not to get just scalding hot bacon grease on my hands or arm for that matter, because let me tell you, that will hurt a lot. Oh, I figured it was. That I almost feel like that was going to be like an implied, like, oh, I'm sure the grinding is slow. Switch over. Yeah, they've got the bacon over there. Kind of precariously balanced on top of itself, but it's fine. Let's get our tongs out. Alright. And let's get these pieces of bacon off so they can start kind of chilling the F out. Because I need y'all to get very firm and crispy very quickly. Come on. Come on. Literally, I grabbed this piece of bacon, and it was like right where there was fat, apparently. And immediately sheared it off, because of course it did. And you, actually, I'm going to put you back in the oven for now, just so you can get off the top of the stovetop. It's bacon. I mean, bacon always looks good. Yeah, I basically need it to, like, really crisp up, essentially. And that way, then I can just basically... I'm probably actually just gonna maybe just blitz it in a like food processor really quickly, just so it's like crumbled. Come on, buddy. Ooh, this pan is hot, hot, hot. Let's put you down. Woo. I hate when you have oven mitts that like do the job, but then after a good like 30 seconds of it, it's like, nah, fam, it's starting to bleed through. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the what you call it? I believe that the immersion blender is charged, so that way I can use the small baby food processor that comes attached to it, and that way it'll be a little bit easier to do. And also, so I don't have to break out the whole full food processor again for this, because also I just need to like pulse it for a few seconds. I don't actually need to like obliterate it and turn it into bacon paste. Because we've already pasted one meat in here, we don't need to paste another meat. Do there and there. We don't want exactly. I mean, I'm okay with it being kind of like more of like bits. I don't want it to be like powdered essentially, and that's what I'm trying to avoid doing. Hi, Kelly. How we doing? I've actually not made creme brulee, and that is actually on my cooking. That and creme catalan, which is creme catalan is like, it's kind of like creme brulee, but it's more, I think it's Central American, I think. But it is on my list, but the other thing that I don't have a flame. I don't have like a little torch to actually do like the proper, caramelization on the top. Do I need a torch in the house? No, I don't. Only because I'm like, yeah, for the one time a year I'll use it. I need to make creme brulee. I've never made that in Baked Alaska. Actually, one thing we do need to do, actually on stream, which I've talked with Candy about this, and I do want to possibly do it as a stream at some point as well. I got her for our wedding anniversary? Yeah, our wedding anniversary. I got her a fondue kit. We've not used it yet. So I was thinking like, ooh, maybe we could like do a just chatting stream of King and Candy and just do a fondue stream. We're gonna be sitting in the living room with a sterno burning? Yes, we are. But it does come with sterno. Fun fact. How's our... Woo, that is a thing to see when you open the pie. It's like, ooh, what's that? What's that? Ooh. Let's see if we can get a little bit of this. It's not even really scum. I mean, it kind of is scum. I mean, it's going to have it just because of what we're kind of like boiling, essentially. I mean, it smells good. It smells delicious, actually. That's why I'm not really scooping it. And also, it's not the same level of scum you'd get from like a like more like red meat, essentially. Like if you've ever made like stock with like a ham bone or like even like a beef bone, where it's just kind of like it gets really scummy and it like builds up. I don't think fish is doing the same equivalent to it. Hello, Nix. Listen, Grum. The fish head just wants to say hello. Enjoy your lurk, Nix. Enjoy your lurk. Real talk, though. I mean, being at the there are so many. I forgot how much the H Mart has as far as like options go in their like seafood market. They have like frog legs, whole fish, crawfish, live crabs, a lot of things. The ham bone's connected to the ham bone. I miss regular show. Unrelated but related. I miss regular show. Ham boning will save your life one day. That bacon is perfect consistency though. But it has given me ideas of like possible stuff to do, because I have done whole fish before. It's been a while since I've done a whole fish, because I've cooked a whole bronzino before. Bronzino is easy to cook though, as far as cooking goes, because it's basically, you get the bronzino, if it's already gutted, you just have to slap it on a grill and cook it for a little bit. So it's not that hard to do. Are you still not tolerable enough to move? Listen, I was not expecting the fish head to just be there when I opened up that, but I mean, come on. Hello. It's like the greetings chat. It's kind of thing. I shouldn't keep opening because I know it's still cooking, but again, that to boiling is rough. I almost wonder. Actually, I should check the actual. How are we in the freezer right now? Again, I don't want this frozen. Okay, at least it's cold. It's getting cold, which is exactly what I want. I want it to be cold, so that way then it's going to be easy. Because, I mean, reality is, I'm probably just going to use an ice cream scoop to do this, honestly. I mean, I have one, so why not? It's like, are you using an ice cream scoop for ice cream? Nah, I'm using the Gefilte fish. Because, why not? Gonna see if I can hold you up just a bit, and even just get you in sync. That's really all I want to do. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get actual food for Candy because she's not gonna eat any of this. I can guarantee this stream is not a candy food stream. Yeah, whatever you want, let me know. I will order it, or if you want to order it, I'll just give you the money for it. Candy's like the finest delivery, the finest that Grubhub can deliver. So deliver me your finest Taco Bell. I would. Sometimes I do the cooking streams for Candy. Sometimes these are because chat said, hey, we wanted you to cook something vile. And hey, listen. Gefilte fish in the grand scheme of what I had on that list was, quite frankly, a more tolerable dish. Because let me tell y'all, some of the ones Raven put on there were, a thing. Raven actually had to check. Raven actually put one on there for horse. I legally cannot buy horse in New York. Found that out, too. You can't buy horse meat in New York for consumption. Who knows? I know now, and now you do too. You do suggest, Yada, you suggest good food. I cannot take that away from you. You did suggest some good stuff. I cannot take that away from the good boy Yada. Ugh. Okay. Horse? Oh yeah. Horse is actually, in most other countries, horse is pretty common. Like, I believe in Japan, it's actually called sakura niku, which is actually, it's cherry blossom because of how red the meat is for the horse. But yeah, like, horse is very common in other countries. Every time someone says the word horse, my mom goes to the horse cock song. I need more cock, it's horse cock. Oh no, they hate gold ship. I think that's why Raven had suggested it. Oh, no, Raven, no. I don't got that kind of money. It's also hard to find that in New York. Not to say that there aren't places in New York that do it. It's just, it would be so astronomically expensive that it just never found a place that does it. Would I like to eventually? Yeah. But haven't had a chance. So I just looked it up. Apparently buying horse meat is legal, but having your own horse for consumption isn't. It's like... I love the legal loopholes in the United States. I can't buy horse meat, but I can buy a horse that I eventually plan to eat. I mean, listen. That is a smell. That is a smell. I'm gonna turn the exhaust fan on. Did I even chew in this fish head that's eyeball is definitely about to burst? I made it burst for the sake of my own sanity. Okay, let's get our fish balls in order. Alright. Now. 30 balls. Time to also throw my ice cream scoop across the room. It's quite the look. Can't disagree on that. Oh, yeah. But I guess the thing is, Ellie, if you work on a farm, it's no different than if you were to butcher a cow. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. Also, Kelly, how are you? How's your day going? I hope it's going good. I'm curious. Will you hold your shape? Oh, that's definitely not holding its shape at all. Okay, these definitely got to be frozen. All right, let's see. Hold on. Okay, I think we're gonna have to get a little gross right now. I think I'm gonna have to... Oh yeah, this is still way too... Alright, this has gotta chill more. Alright, so I think what we'll do in the interim is I think we are going to... What's hot? The bacon. That's good to go. But what I do need is the big pan out of here. Because that is where we are laying down our chocolate. Okay. Just need to cool that off. No, that's true, Kelly. That's true. Like the one corner of that pan that was not cool is like the one I just grabbed with my bare hands. Alrighty. Are you still... You're hot. You're not, like, scalding hot. Okay, you're gonna actually go in the fridge for the time being. Friends, always my recommendation, get inventive when it comes to cooking. Alright. Let's do the bottom. Let's do our chocolate. So we can turn that off. Kelly getting her daily crickets in. Alright. Gotta simmer some water even in stuff outside of cooking. Like making hot G Fuel. Ooh, yummy. Hot G Fuel. That's good bacon. I think I remember that one. Where is my mixing bowl? I think we can work around this. How... Ooh, that's too small. I forgot that all the fish is in another bowl. The one that I actually needed. So let's take you, do this, do this. Spill the water all over the counter, as you do. At least it's just water. At least it's just water. Alright. Water does actually not too much. Alright, because what we gotta do is be able to basically simmer the chocolate over this. This should be able to withstand this. Hopefully. Basically, I'm just trying to melt chocolate, essentially, so it should be okay. Only because I'm not doing the swap out of the fish that's in that bowl and merging it with chocolate, because the concept of that alone sounds disgusting to me. Put those there. Those are dirty. Alright. Now, we gotta get our chocolate. And we are going to enjoy your dinner, Yada. I can guarantee it's going to be better than what I'm about to eat. Need this at a gentle boil, because then we're going to melt it. Actually, what we should do in the interim is we should also process up our bacon. And by process, I mean throw it all into a blender. All right. Let's get that. And this should have enough of a charge to do what it needs to do. I hope. Perfect. Which funnily has fish. I guarantee it won't be as good, Yada. I guarantee it won't be as good. Which is a shame. Alright, let's... this. Let's lobby lob some pieces of bacon into there. Alright. And we lock. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. All right, let's get you to an actual bowl where you can sit. Come on, buddy. How do you release again? Problem is, it's so greasy that it's kind of hard to get it out of there. Wow, you just popped out easily like that, huh? Wow. After me saying you wouldn't come out. That you were shy. Like, oh no, I can get out. It's okay. Bacon puree. Nobody needs it. Yet here we are. Let's get our bacon into there. I will tell you, friends, it's mighty greasy. We don't need to chew. There we go. Excuse you. I think one piece of bacon got way up on the side. Oh, no, actually, no, it's good. It's good. And let's get you out. And the last few pieces. This thing is so disgustingly greasy right now. And we load it back in. We run it back, as they say. Yeah, it might have been too long, but it's fine. That out. So, let's get this out. And let's get this bacon out. I almost kind of wanted to give it a little bit of a, like, put this in some paper towels and just kind of give it a little bit of a squeeze, just to get some of the grease out. Because I think this is going to be pretty greasy. Who'd have thought that bacon that's been basically pureed, yum, is going to be greasy? Who knew? Oh god. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, God almighty. That was gross. Okay. Good thing, it's done. Bad thing, it's done. Alright, let's wash our hands, because they are covered in bacon grease. Looks like that guy is getting close to boiling. Which I don't necessarily need it boiling, but I do need it at a nice little simmer. Actually, if anything, I feel like this is the perfect time to throw it at. Alright, where is my spatula? There it is. And let's do that. And wow, you're melting fast. God dang. I know it's said in theory, like, oh, you can just like melt this in like the microwave. Like, where's the fun in that? Just turn down the heat just a hair. Because I also don't want to burn my fucking hand doing this either. I also need is parchment paper that has been wetted. Also, did not know that apparently parchment paper, if you wet it, actually will work properly. Oh no. Not me, apparently. She's there for now. And let's see. Yeah, dude, ow. See, definitely need something to hold this with. Definitely going to take a little bit of effort to get this guy spread out properly, but it's okay. I don't know. That is a good question, what she will choose for dinner. I don't know what she's in the mood for. She's had a salad today, and I think that's about it, actually. So, she might be a little hungry. Okay, I think you have basically melted. So let's kill the heat on that. And let's get our pan out. Also, did the music stop? Oh. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? It's like, oh, well, because of course I need to update my Spotify app, and it won't let me update it, which is annoying. Brother, I do not remember my login stuff at all. Let's see if I can log in really quickly. And of course, you have to send me verification stuff, like, oh, we need to verify your account. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's get our pan out. Let's flip our view. Alright. We got this. And let's grab this with something that's gonna not burn our fucking hands, because this is hot. Alright. And Let's get you laid out. And laid out. Just spread you around. Trying to get this thin, but not like stupidly thin, if that makes sense. Candy, would you like just a lick of molten chocolate? Can I tempt you? Good stuff. Let's spread that there. Let's get the rest of this off. Alright. Now comes this part. Where we spread the bacon around. Friends, this was requested by you. I want you all to know this. This was requested by y'all. So I am not to blame in the horror show that I am creating. What is that? Hi, Meeps! What? Meeps, don't worry about it! We're having fun. We're making bacon-covered chocolate. And by bacon-covered chocolate, I mean we're basically just making bacon bark with chocolate on it. And now this goes in the fridge to rapid chill. Refrigerator it goes. Ah! Oh my god. Come on, buddy. There we go. Hi, Meeps. What is this, Meeps? Nothing but the horrors that persist. That's what's going on in this house right now. We made, well, we've been trying to make gefilte fish. The problem is that, it's basically falling apart in the pot. So, I'm trying to get it as cold as humanly possible to start this process. Also, Meeps, avert thine eyes if you don't want to see a fish head in here. Because there's a fish head in here. Yep. We're having fun, Meeps, and by having fun, I mean I am fucking this up royally. Okay, it's getting close. It's almost at freezing point, so let's get our stuff boiling again. Alright, let's get this to a boil again. And not have the gas just be on. Somebody hold me, I'm scared. Don't be scared, Meeps. You know what the worst part is now? That stuff has to cook for an hour and a half. Like the gefilte fish. So it definitely might be one of those things where I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna wait the full hour and a half on stream. I will take pictures afterwards, though. Yeah, Meeps, I mean, do you want to see a fish head? Because if not, I would say don't look at the screen. Man, getting blasted in the face with that is a lot. Because it just smells like fish. I'm gonna try to get some of the remnants out that did not work properly. I'm annoyed. Alright, let's actually... Oh, no. Of course, I got water in these containers that had bacon grease in them. So I gotta take that out later. Oh, hello. Like, hi, everybody! Alright. But yeah, the problem is that we've got the stock going. The problem is that the gefilte fish, like, batter itself doesn't seem to be cold enough yet. I almost... Well, it's like, it's weird, because it's like, oh, you turn it into balls. It's like, how? Like, when are you doing that? Like, unless my only thoughts are, like, you're basically... Okay, that's the weird thing. It says it can be shaped into balls and cooked right. So you basically have to chill it and then turn it into the balls. But, like, it seems like whatever consistency it was still at wasn't enough to make it work properly, or to, like, let it seize up properly. So in the interim, let's do the dishes. Let's do the dishes while we let that come up to a boil again, and let the balls keep freezing. Not my balls, just balls. Just in case there was any confusion. I'm also... Ugh. So many smells in this house. Chocolate, bacon, fish. It's a regular menagerie of... Ugh. With a hint of, ooh, is that chocolate? Ah, fantastic. How you doing, buddy? Funny thing is, though, I feel like I have not... I mean, if you're in the chat, let me know. I don't feel like I've met a single person who's actually ever had gefilte fish before, though. Fantastic, how you doing, buddy? How was your weekend going? How was your weekend going? Did you work today? Did you have to work today? So very tired. I think I've had I would die. I mean, Meeps, that's fair. You are the allergens to the fish. Because you're allergic, Meeps, to all seafood or just some? I honestly can't remember. Apparently I got chocolate on my forearm at some point. All seafood, okay. And I'm assuming seafood includes fish. Only because I've heard some people say, like, I'm allergic to sheep. Like, well, no, because you would say shellfish then, so... Ignore me! That stinks, though. Only because I know some things are not great when it comes to seafood, but there are some good things. Oh, you open, fantastic. Ugh. What's that? Fantastic. This fish head says hello. Let's get the, let's get that back on again. Yeah, delicious, right? The annoying thing was too is that for like all of the because I bought fish heads at the grocery store at the H Mart. There was like one type of fish head, like there were two types of fish heads. Sorry, there was salmon. And there was another kind of fish that I honestly cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. Everything else is like, this is a salmon head. It's also been, this is a fish head. It's also been salted and cured. I'm like, why? I don't need it salted. That look like anime food. Oh, I haven't tasted the broth yet. Probably tastes pretty good, honestly. I'll take a little taste. That sugar is doing a lot in there, and it's nothing good. Fantastic. I'm making gefilte fish. There's salt, sugar, and that's onions and carrots in there. That's about it. I get why it does it, but it almost makes it... The sugar's almost too overpowering in there. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm hoping it doesn't take... Yeah, the basic. Yeah. Wait, Tastic, have you had gefilte fish? If so, what are your thoughts on it? My grandma and her boundless steps are to tried to eat the fish she made because it was from a river. You love gefilte fish. Tastic, I am sorry because I'm probably making a mockery of this dish on my stream. Alright. Got our delicious fish gruel here. Alright. Let's try this again. As a Jew, we eat and not stop. Okay, I think also, hold on, let me get, I'm gonna get my wedding band off, and I'm gonna get my watch off. I think we're gonna need to do this by hand. I think this is gonna have to be a hand thing. Okay. Will you stay together? Come on. Move. Yes, I did. Tastic. So I'm using halibut because the H Mart had carp. I would have to have bought about like a 10-pound carp to make this work. So yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna have to use the sides because the sides seem to have frozen up a little bit more. Trying to get some of the extra moisture out of them too, see if that helps. Let's drop. Haddock is a nice whitefish. Like, yeah, it was like I was like looking. It was like haddock or whitefish. That was the thing. It calls for carp, but the problem is like the carp. Like I said, I would have had to buy like a whole massive carp, which I didn't necessarily want to do. So I got halibut instead because it was like, oh, it's a whitefish. It's like relatively like, ow, this is cold, Jesus. Okay, let's get you boys in here for now. Get down. Only because the problem we're running into. Yeah, well, here's the problem, Paige. Is now it's going to take an hour and a half to cook is the annoying thing. And the problem is, like, what I have in there is working. The problem is all the rest of it is like, you see, these guys are not keeping their shape at all. Like, they are just dissolving in there. Yeah, you have to simmer them for basically an hour. But yeah, these guys are basically just fucking dissolving in here is the problem. It's because the problem is that it's meant to be basically frozen is the problem. But I'm like, I don't know how you're meant to do this with them being frozen. Because if it's frozen solid, you can't make a ball out of it. So I don't know how people are getting around that bit. Let me throw these back in the freezer again. This might be our first completely failed one, friends. I don't know. No, the weird thing is it says that you chill them before shaping, which is like, okay, that makes sense, but it's also at the same time it's like, well, then how are you actually like shaping them then? Like, because like these guys are just, I mean, granted, it might be that they haven't chilled enough, which is a distinct possibility. Oh, see, weirdly enough, Tastic, the recipe does not call for that at all. Doesn't call for that at all. But I can do that. I have breadcrumbs, I think. Don't quote me on that, actually. I do. Yes, I do. I have panko breadcrumbs. Not ideal, but breadcrumbs nonetheless. Nonetheless. All right, let's see if this works. I apologize, Candy. All right, let's see if Tastic is spitting straight facts. So I got some breadcrumbs. These are panko, so probably not what you normally use, but let's give them a zhuzh. Ow. If you bind them with the breadcrumbs and chill them for 5 minutes, you should be fine. Okay. Let's see if we can get these guys going properly. I mean, I can already tell it already sees them up a little bit more. You know what? Just use the rest of it, honestly, because like these guys, the breadcrumbs have been in there. I think probably since I did the the tonkatsu stream would be my guess. No, Paige. It's actually like putting the actual, whatchamacallit, the actual breadcrumbs in the thing itself. Because that's how, like, even, like, regular, like, you know, Italian meatballs hold their shape. It's the egg and breadcrumb that holds it together. Okay, so that's that. Let's throw them in the fridge, freezer, whatever. No, these guys completely dissolved. Hold on, let me get these out. I know, right? Tastic knows what he's doing. Yeah, like, they're, like, kind of retaining their shape, but, like, there definitely is some fall off on them. So let me see if I can get, like, the schmutz. I also feel like, not for nothing, I'm probably gonna take the fish heads out, because, my god, they are taking up so much room in here. Okay, let's get you the bowl. Please stop spitting in the same space over and over again. Yeah, it is, Meeps. That's why I'm trying to clear it up, because also they don't have a lot of room in there as the fish head just dissolves on me. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping, Tastic, is that, like, the chilling will help bring it back together a little bit. Because these guys are maintaining their shape, plus minus. They are losing a little bit here and there. Okay. No, God, no. Leo doesn't need to be tasting this. I mean, not for nothing, I probably could eat this. I'm not going to, but, like, the fish is definitely cooked from the fish head itself. Okay, well, I guess that's a good sign. This is a peak Leo dish. Leo's a chonky boy. He don't need fish. He's probably asleep in my office right now, actually. Tastic says it's a good-looking broth. It's a good-looking broth right there. Oh, it's looking so good. Tastic, let's see how these come out first before I start promising them to anybody. Yeah, I think the thing is, if I had been able to buy carp, it would have been ideal. But that was not really an option, unfortunately. I didn't anyway. Fair enough. Let me get a plastic bag so I can bag up the fish heads, because I'm not going to use them for anything else. If I was like more, if I cooked more, like, let me rephrase that. If I cooked more fish-based stuff, I would keep them, but I know it would just be me, and I'm like, I'm not going to use these for anything. Get them in there. Thank you, Yada. Also, getting it trash will cut down on the smell a little bit. Ugh. Not entirely, but enough. Let's actually clear that. You guys can go over here because you're dirty. You can go away. Put you back on. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put my wedding band back on because I think I'm gonna have to keep mussing with the fish. It's the fish, the fish, the fish, fish, fish. Whoa. Oh well. As you do. I'm actually curious how the chocolate covered bacon is. Okay. It's getting there. It's solidified. It's not liquid anymore. It's still a little sticky to the touch, though. The game being on there is enough context. No, Tastic. It is melted down chocolate that has been topped with crumbled bacon. And it's gonna be kind of like a bark if it processes it up properly. Grum, have a good night, buddy. Sleep tight. Enjoy the resties. Enjoy the sleepies. Yeah, it's basically chocolate bacon bark. Hello, Fritz. We're fine. We're fine. We're not ruining our kitchen right now at all. We would never do that in this house. Yeah, we would totally never obliterate. Oh boy. You boys need to hold your shape. Let's see. How are you now? Okay, this has got some more give to it. Yeah, this is kind of what we got going on now. Let me flip the view around. This is kind of what we got going on now. I think this might be a little more tolerable to the heat, maybe. Let's see. You sank right down, so I can't tell. Oh yeah, no, the food processor was used to puree a fish. I almost gotta get this boiling again. Okay, it is holding their shape. Yeah, Meeps, it was a thing. I didn't love it either. Ground fish. How about that? Does that make it better? Worse? Somewhere in between? Okay, fair. I know, right? Oh, yeah, no. They were all done separately. They were all done separately. Alright, let's wash our hands a little bit. Fritz, it hurts my soul, too. Only because I'm fucking this up so royally. Problem is we lost our rolling boil, too. So that's also kind of been rough. Coffee? We haven't coffee for this late, Yada. Okay, that one's keeping it. Okay, some of these guys are keeping their shape now, so that's good. I am slightly envious of the people who can do coffee so late in the day, because I can't. I legitimately cannot. If I have coffee this late, I'm not sleeping. Ooh, fish. I actually might have the piece of fish once it cools off enough. You are free to do this stuff, Yada. That is very true. I'm not going to take that. I never planned to have a functional sleep schedule. Yada, you didn't have one to begin with. What do you mean? Have a functional sleep schedule. Did that exist beforehand? What is sleep? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Tastic, the wild thing with this recipe too is it says to like simmer them for an hour and a half. I'm like, okay, like I guess? Like, does that seem reasonable or does that seem excessive? Yeah, not this guy, unfortunately. I think this one has seen better days. That does, but not with haddock. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because I feel like carp might be one where you have to cook it longer. Or like, maybe not, cook it longer, essentially. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to get the stuff out that's just kind of been, like, pureed to the side. It's fish scum, kind of. But not really. I'm trying to get like some of like the just schmutz from the side out, so I can kind of get a sense of what is going on in there. I almost wonder if that's the point, is that because it's a little more of a greasier fish, it's kind of like not able to bind that properly. Listen, I promise you all, July 5th will be a much more tame cooking stream because it's just birria tacos. Though that's tame. That's tame. Late night Overwatch, you know, the good times. I am so glad I have this fan on exhaust, by the way, too, because it's been working. It didn't put Candy out of her office area, though, so I guess that's a good thing. Yeah. It's close. I apologize, Candy. Okay, it's weird that you call them... I mean, I guess, yeah, in the purest sense of a dumpling, yes, they are. In the sense that, like, you are just dumping them in here. We'll have to be doing some excessive cleaning after stream to kind of get this kitchen de-stankified. Well, thank you, Eve. Explains the pulverized fish. I felt weird being at the store and be like, could you, like, grind this for me? I feel like I probably would be one of the first people to roll into, like, a seafood market and be like, hey, can you just, like, puree this fish for me? I prefer my balls to be meaty, not fishy. That's fair. That's fair. Fish goes to 145 temp. I prefer not to have balls as a lesbian. Also a valid point, Meeps. And Pride Month, even. I'm making balls in Pride Month. How dare I? I apologize. Elpis isn't here to be like, I've said this 300 times already this month. Really? In my Pride Month? I like fish. I am curious what this is going to be like. Because the thing is, too, it's like, you cook it for a while, but it's just like, why kind of thing? Because I guess we could throw it to simmer now. Only because I think the rest of it, I think I'll probably figure out something to do with later. But that would imply you have support with all the sport gay with all the balls. Listen, if that's the case, I'm cool with that. Exactly. Exactly. I think she said she had friends visiting this weekend, if memory serves. I feel like this might be one of the ones we finish off stream, though, just because this in theory has to cook for a while. I will take video footage of it, though. I know the bed is horny. The bed do be horny. Oh. Listen, I prefer my balls and sausage to be served by women, if you know what I mean. Hey, yo. We love it. Ugh. I feel like we do have to let at least the chocolate... We do have to try the chocolate, at least, though. I gotta get to the point where it's barkified, though. Let's see. You are... Ooh. Okay. Okay. Not full bark yet, but I mean, pretty damn close bark. Let's put that in there for a few more minutes. You know, Meeps, I wish I could answer that question for you, but I can't. I don't know. How did I cook a stream about fish, bacon, and chocolate take a turn this wild? I don't know. I think, Meeps, it's just because it's meant to really just kind of almost really compact down, I think. if you had the right fishy, you could have seared them, which is only about 20 or 30 minutes. Poaching them is at least. Yeah, I guess that's the thing too, is that we're poaching them. Because even most of the recipes I found online was poaching them. I almost feel like that seems to be like the more traditional way of doing it. But I'm sure there's also people that be like, I don't want to have to simmer fish in my house for an hour and just stank up my whole house, which I empathize with, because Lord knows this house will smell like fish for a while. I guess it'd be back in the days fish aren't safe. Yeah, and the thing is too, like, they're already cooked to temp, so it's like, in theory, I could eat them now. Chops and shrimps. We got the exhaust going, and then, like, after I do the cooking stream, it'll definitely be, like, a full breakdown of this kitchen to, like, really de-stankify it. Which is fair. Oh, we lost Candy. She has left her office area. Which, quite frankly, I don't blame her. Oh, no, I plan it. No, it means it'll be, like, a full wipe down. I probably will even do the thing where you maybe do, like, citrus in a pot on the stovetop to get, like, almost do that. Because I have a few oranges in the fridge. So I'll probably, like, do, like, the citrus and, I think there's some other things you throw on there as well. You kind of just let it, like, simmer for a while. I don't know. Woo! These get big! Fantastic. Are they supposed to be puffy? They're just curious. Okay. I was like, look at them, like, god damn. They got big. Alright, let's clean up a little bit. I mean, no, that's fair, they are. That's true. Yeah, let's do a little bit of cleaning in here, because I'd rather focus my efforts after stream on kind of getting this place, like, as de-stanked as possible. Big fish balls. I like big fish balls, and I cannot lie. You brothers can't deny. When a salmon walk in this space with a big round thing in your face, you get sprung? Oh my god. Still some sense, but not as strong. Okay, that's it. I mean, it's going to be stronger towards the kitchen, but I think this is going to be an easier one to deal with than the time that y'all may remember this when I did the fish and chips on stream. Candy had come back from Florida the following day, and the house just stank of fried fish. So, hey. I've honestly... Candy, have I cooked worse? I'm trying to think now. I'm like, have I made more disgusting things? No, I think that's the issue, is that it is just a very pungent smell. Because I think the thing is, too, is that halibut in and of itself is just a fishier fish. It's not like a salmon or like a... Like, most white... I feel like most whitefish tends to be a little fishier when you cook it. That's just me, though. Also, the fact that I was cooking fish heads in a pot for an hour probably didn't help either. But let's get some of these boys cleaned up. No, I'm gonna find some stuff. I'm definitely gonna try to make gazpacho again over the summer. The problem, I think the biggest issue with making gazpacho now, I don't grow my own tomatoes anymore. So it's kind of like a, oh, I gotta go buy tomatoes at the grocery store, which are gonna taste like shit. Because I'll tell y'all, friends, I buy tomatoes pretty rarely at the grocery store. They never taste as good as stuff I've cooked. I've like grown, and I don't mean to sound like an elitist around that, but I'm like, they taste so much better when you cook them, when you grow them. Like the mass-produced tomatoes are just like, eh. Ooh, I have 1 or 2 more fillets from Costco in the freezer as well that I need to use up soon. Because the nice thing is they kind of do like these like pre-marinated fillets that you can just like, and they're individually wrapped, which is nice. So if like we want to have fish, I can just take 2 of them out and just like bake them for a little bit. It's nice. Because sometimes I like fish, but I don't like the whole process of like going to buy fish. I'm like, well, if I can buy them frozen, I'm going to. Also, we have shrimp paste here too, so it's smelly. Oh yeah, no, I've heard of shrimp paste. I've heard of shrimp paste. I have cooked with fish sauce. I haven't done so in a while, only because I haven't really done any kind of cooking that necessitates me having fish sauce for it. I think do I have fish sauce in the house right now, actually? I do not. You know what it is? I had needed fish sauce for some recipe I was doing. I couldn't find it at the stores, which was wild to me. There's someone like, oh, Kenny has been grows on tomatoes. I mean, grand scheme of things, if I really, really, really wanted to, I could probably just plant some outside of our apartment, like in the back of the building, and I don't think anyone would give a shit, quite frankly. Because like there are plenty of people in our complex who do it. Because there's but I mean, I think some of them own, so I think it's a little bit different. I like shrimp, dude. Candy does not like shrimp, actually. She does not like shrimp at all. Which is wild, because I feel like shrimp is such a tame flavor in the grand scheme of the seafood world. Wait, Suki's allergic to fish, too? I didn't know that. Maybe I did. I forgot a lot of things. Oh yeah, by the way, it's, I will do a stream at some point this coming week, but it is my birthday this coming week. I guess we'll stream at some point. I don't know when. But yeah, I took some days off for work, so we'll stream one day. If you can tell friends, I don't really celebrate my birthday. That I kind of do, but I kind of don't. But we'll do some stream at some point. Shrimp is a very good allergy. The tough thing with shrimp, too, is it just gets put in a lot of stuff, too. Yeah, I will... I'm thinking, because, I mean, Wednesday is my actual birthday, so Candy and I will go to the zoo, because I'm a child, and I like going to the zoo. So we'll go to the zoo, I'll go stare at some birds, keep asking Candy, do you think they know? Because that is my running statement every time I'm at the zoo, of, do the animals know they're in the zoo? Also, I prefer imitation crab to real crab. Lynn, it depends what context I'm having it. If it's like, if I know it's imitation, I'm cool with it, but I don't want you to pass off something as real crab and then it's like imitation, like Connie, like stick crab. Both are good. The funny thing is, even though Connie is not even really crab, it's just compressed fish, which I love. We're just gonna dump you and hope for the best. Cheesy crab for the Chinese buffet. I have not been to a Chinese buffet in ages. I think the funny thing is, you know, like there's always those discussions online of like things that like kind of vanished during, like, after the pandemic. All you can eat buffets, I feel like, fucking vanished after the pandemic, because I feel like you do not see them anymore. I used to have so much severe allergic reaction to the fish to the point where my face would swell. Nowadays, it only makes me mildly itchy. Oh, that's good, though. I love fish. I would be kind of upset if I actually was allergic to it, because I do love fish. Are you looking in here? Okay, they're looking. Crab rangoon. You tell me a crab goon in this rag? Meeps, have you heard, like, it's a play on the joke of, are you telling me a shrimp fried this rice? It's the same thing, but with crab rag. Are you telling me that a crab gooned in this rag? There's so many good iterations of it that I've heard. I love them. Gooning means masturbating memes. I'll put it nicely. That's why people didn't want to say. I'm sorry. Meeps, are you okay? Or did we break you? I just keep getting ellipses from Meeps. I don't know if she's good. That's... No, but We always must protect the meeps from the degeneracy that is the global internet. I've been here. It's been. I know, but if you don't run around looking for the terminology, you may not have heard it. Now, me being in these cesspools that I go to occasionally, oh yeah, it's been there. Let's do that. This may not rip my hand open on this because this is very sharp. Man, there is so much broken up gefilte fish in this sink. How many videos I've gotten gooned in Overwatch? I don't want to know either. I never want to know. The internet's an awful place. And yet here we are. And yet here we are. I think we are nearing the point, though, where we can definitely take the bark out. I think. Yoshi, have you seen the insanity that is the Scottish people taking over Boston because of the World Cup right now? Now, children, let's be nice. Ow, Jesus. I hate cleaning that thing. We drank Boston dry. We are the best. Are all of Scotland's games in Boston, or is that just where the first game was of the World Cup? Because I legitimately do not follow the World Cup, so I don't know. Okay, that's first game. Okay. Because that's the funny thing is that, like, it shows, like, how, like, the algorithms work, where I'm like, I don't even follow football, and my TikTok feed has been nothing but football memes. I'm like, I don't even follow this. I don't follow this sport. I don't... Not that I don't care, it's just, I don't care. Does Morocco have a good team, though? I legitimately don't know. Okay. We have bark. Let's see how this goes. Now. I don't think this is gonna break like your normal bark. I don't think. Can we just peel? Yes, we can. Well, we have bacon covered chocolate. So, that's the thing. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Are they really? Okay, I know, let me feed Leo, hold on. Someone's screaming for their dinner. Yes, child? Go over there. Go to the other, go to the other camera. Go to where people can see you. You can't actually see him. Exactly. Yoshi. It's not very nice to come into people's streams and be aggressive. I'll just say that. I will just say that. Oh my god. Why is Chief Cheep such a bitch in this game? Chief Cheep is the fish? I'm trying to remember what Chief Cheep is. I mean, that is, you know what? That's fair. That every person I have intermittently met from Scotland is in the same vein of Yoshi. Because actually, fun fact, Yoshi is not actually the first Scottish person I met on Twitch, actually. First Scottish person that Candy and I met on Twitch was a young man named James Steele, who does not stream anymore, but it was him and Candy might remember. What was his friend's name that he always played games with? Yeah, I know you want food. But yeah, I actually vividly remember every person that I know from the UK is a loving dick, especially if they feel comfortable. That's fair. That is actually factual. Martin, it was Martin, that's what it was. I feel, how do you forget Yoshi's Scottish? She lets you know. His weapons, that sounds right. Okay, what I am going to do, we're gonna let the Gefilte fish finish off stream because they've still got a long ass time to go. I know. Yeah, Leo, yeah, he's precious. He's begging for food that he devours in a moment. And yeah. But I think that's probably we're gonna wrap up because that's gonna have to cook for another half hour at least. The bacon stuff was good though. No, I know. I'm not considering this one a success, but I am gonna take pictures. Oh yeah, let me show you Tastic. They're still cooking. They're getting there. I think it's the reality is cooking. Only the Welsh dragons, according to them. Yes. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad I got the seal of approval from Tastic. What did we learn from the stream? That you can puree anything, technically, including fish. I don't recommend it, though. But yeah, thank you to everyone who came by, hung out. I learned that none of us are innocent. No, Meeps is innocent. But yeah, that is what we're going to wrap for the day. I will be back on, not Monday, actually, because I have to be in the office during the day, and then I have to stay afterwards. Yoshi, you're never in. Don't even try. Don't even try, Yoshi. There won't be stream on Monday, though, because I have to stay. There's a team building thing I have to go to after work on Monday, so I won't be home until very late on Monday. I will be on Yoshi's stream on Tuesday for Core Keeper. Wednesday will be maybe a stream. My stream week is going to be wonky because I'm not working for half the week this coming week. Yes, I said I was. I literally, Yoshi, I told you I wasn't going to be with you for 2 weeks, and then I would be back with you. I'm normally a king of my word. Not very often. Tastic, only because I am running proxy lead with my director, I don't mind doing it because they need it. In the sense of, like, everyone's just stressed the fuck out. It's not even team building, it's basically just, let's disconnect and just chill the fuck out for an evening kind of thing. So, yeah, Candy wants to stream Monday, she can. You also learned that I do prefer sausage. Yeah. Now, friends, we need to find. Actually, no, I know exact. Are they? No, I know. Yoshi, everyone calls you a dinosaur. Let's be totally honest. If not a dinosaur, a bird. I actually know who we are going to raid off to. So Bloomix is having their raid train this weekend. I sadly could not join it because I had built out my schedule before I knew they were having a Pride raid train. So we're gonna go say hi to. I have not raided them. Yoshi, be nice. That's all I'm asking. Just be nice. But yeah, we're gonna go say hi to One Next Door. They are currently streaming Fast Food Simulator. I want to make sure I get their name right. I keep forgetting my N key does not work properly. No, Meeps, don't send the warning, because now we're going to have the same situation again where Yoshi won't acknowledge it. Yeah, let's go show one some love. One is currently streaming. Ooh, how do I do my Bloomix raid command again? I think it's B-raid? That's not how you spell that. Is this it? Okay, use that raid command, because they are a Bloomix bestie. They are currently on the Bloomix Pride raid train. I can't copy my own message. But yeah, go show them some love. They're doing fashion. They're going to be on for another 20 minutes or so, and then it's going to be going to Max Sapphire. I don't know what he's streaming tonight. Check out all the goods. And with that being said, friends, no matter where you are in this big and beautiful wide world, have a beautiful morning, a beautiful evening, and a beautiful night. Now we'll catch you all next time. Bye, everybody.